Hey guys, Simon Dutton, personal trainer here. I just wanted to put up basically a video blog for you. The reason behind this video blog is that I came up with a fantastic blog post, wrote it all up, got it all perfectly ready for you, got the designs, the picture and everything. All of a sudden the computer crashed like it has a lot in the last couple of weeks, lost everything. So I thought I'd get my iPad out, do it as a video blog, nice and simple, get it online, and I'm hopefully going to keep these coming probably through video as it seems to be simpler for my technology at the moment to go through these. So basically what I'm starting to do is a series of videos that are going to be based on transformation tips, how to transform your body from the start to the finish, everything, every tool you'll need. First one we're going to do is look at mentality. By far the most important thing. You have the best training, the best nutrition plan in the world, but if you have all the intent in the world, but if it just stays like that, if it just stays intent and you can't put one foot from the other and start your goals and start moving forward to achieve them, then your dream will stay just that. It will stay a dream. And it's never ever going to be, the thing with these goals, we're always expecting it's never ever going to be that perfect time, that stream of opportunity to, like this is the time I'm going to take my goals. It starts with making small goals, putting one step in front of the other. And that's what I did with August and my business falling apart. I said never again. And I wanted to put small steps forward and move a little bit closer to where I wanted to be in my business every step of the way, and now things are finally moving forward. But the way that got started was taking that one step at a time and just going from when it was difficult. They say that your biggest victory is right after your worst defeat, and this couldn't be any more true. So as soon as when you think everything's going wrong in your life, that's just your test then to just start right from scratch and just progress slightly each time. So I'm not going to go too much on goal setting because it's a great post of meeting coming up about goal setting in the next couple of weeks. But what I will go into a little bit about is something what I call unrealistic goals. Everyone talks about realistic goals, and even if it's got to be something that is achievable. But at the end of the day, you've got to have something that gets you excited. And if you're setting something that's far too realistic, then it's not going to get you excited. It doesn't make you want to train. Like when I first started training, I was, I didn't really want to train that much. I trained because when I wanted to and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my university life too much. I went out drinking too much, and I never ever really got my goals sorted. But then all of a sudden I set myself that goal of the men's health cover model competition last May, and that got me excited. That got me up in the morning to train, and then everything I became accountable for. I told people, and then everything felt more valuable. So you need something that gets you motivated, gets you excited, and then you work back from there. So you be impatient to make these small little weekly goals, like improving your strength or getting 5 days of good nutrition, and then building and building and building towards an unrealistic goal that gets you excited to get up and train. So moving on about this anyway, I'm going on to a bit about what professionals don't look at. They always think of some people who can't stop cravings or think being lazy, not the client they want. But I want to let you know this, it's not entirely your fault. This can be down to deficiencies in the brain in certain areas. And I'm going to tell you a little bit how to help you with some of them today. So I've got a big pile of notes up here written from my blog, so I'm just going to go through them all and basically try and hopefully help you out with some of the things that, the reasons why maybe you can't stick to your training goals. Basically the brain is really important. It basically runs the show, everything we need to do. So we need to make sure that we get this functioning properly if we aim to get healthier and get fitter and get smarter or whatever our goal is. So I've read a few books this last couple of months, and there's a number of types of overeater described. And that generally comes from underactive or even overactive parts of the brain. These include an emotional overeater, an anxious overeater, a compulsive overeater, an impulsive overeater, and a combination of all the above. So we're going to go to the two main ones here today. I'm going to start off with impulsive overeater. So, let me tell you a little story. I wonder if any of you have gone out, had a few too many drinks, and ended up stumbling into a kebab shop or chicken burger shop or something like this, and ended up holding some sort of food that's not in your best interests. I know I have, and I'm sure that most people watching this have probably done that at some point in their life as well. This comes down to where alcohol tends to shut off in the front of your brain, which is an underactive frontal cortex. So it's a part of the front of your brain. What this helps with, it helps with your attention span, helps with your forethought, impulse control, organisation and planning. So this really is the part of the brain that's possible for planning your training plan, nutrition plan, and preventing you from touching those foods that you shouldn't touch. So it really is the way to stop those cravings. The problem comes with a lot of people has this all of the time. It's not just when you get drunk. It tends to have to go through their lives not be able to say no to these cravings. Say, for example, if any of you ever said, you know, oh, I just can't help myself have that bit of cake, I just can't help have that bit of chocolate, or have that second helping of this. Or say, have you ever said, I'll start my diet tomorrow? And that's a big one I hear all the time. I'll start it tomorrow. And at the end of the day, you're the same person today as you will tomorrow. So, you know, if you really had that mindset right, you'd be starting today. You wouldn't have to wait till tomorrow, because nothing changes. So if that's the case, if you're saying things like that, then this is probably you, an impulsive overeater. So this comes from an underactivity from low dopamine levels in the brain. So this can be helped by a number of things. It can be helped by lifestyle choices, so increased exercise, it helps increase dopamine levels. Being mindful and strong-willed, you know, it sounds to me just like saying, well, just say no. But the whole point of that, the practice does make perfect. The more you say no to these little things, the easier it comes when you have to say no to the big things later on. Supplementation can prove this. Rhodiola, good supplementation for this. Ginseng, green tea, these are one we get from most shops. L-tyrosine, this is a brilliant one. I'm going to go into more detail in future posts, but it's great for boosting focus, it's good for boosting motivation. So if you're struggling with either of those things, go down Holland & Barrett, L-tyrosine, fantastic supplement. The next one I'm going to look into is compulsive overeating. So if you ever found yourself stuck on a conscious thought, you know, maybe that's a warped body image, you know, it could be a low confidence thought, or why you're thinking about nutrition and training, you can't get out of it, you can't think outside the box or think of any other ways to do it, you're just stuck in this mindset, in this way of thinking. This is down to an increased activity in your anterior cingulate gyrus, or your ACG, for short. So if you can't shift control of these negative thoughts, you can't shift gear, then this is most likely you. This can lead to things of this. Well, it's caused by over increase to a deficiency in serotonin. So this can lead to being worried. If you're a worrier, this is a big thing for you. It can lead to argumentative because you can't get out of these thoughts. It can lead into depression and anxiety, amongst many other things. So it's really important that we sort this out. Again, this can be increased by increased exercise. Also supplementation, but this is not a long-term solution, this is just a short-term solution. 5-HTP, L-tryptophan is good. B vitamins are very, very good for increasing that. And a last resort, medication can help, but that is our absolute last resort. So there you go, guys. There's the two main types of overeating. And I hope that proves to you that maybe your cravings aren't your fault and there's something you can do about it. But once you get that mindset right, it's amazing how everything else falls into place. So this is why this is tip number 1 in your transformation tips. If you are looking for more different ways of little ways to help in your mindset, look at an earlier blog post I did on the notes section of my Facebook page, on willpower, how to make yours unstoppable. Top 10 tips there just to help you out with that goal setting, with that mindset, to get you in the gym, get you training, get you eating right. With that, say great. Look forward to a great post from Ian next week. New guy at the business. Looking forward to a great one on goal setting and planning your training for your goals. That should be up in the next couple of weeks. So really stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to reading it myself. Stay tuned for the next couple of tips. We're going to look into calories. We're going to look into every type of hormone, including insulin, cortisol, testosterone, leptin, all these kind of things that can help you in your fat loss goals. We're going to look at nutrients. We're going to go into specifics of your training, so why weight training is important, cardio is important, why rest is massively important to your training, sleep, stress, all these things to give you that holistic approach to weight loss and help you to make sure no stone is unturned in your transformation process. So thank you for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and I hope this helps.